And I thought to myself, if you're going for Scottish independence, stop talking about it and actually go for it. Do it, because it's bigger than politicians. It's economic. And say to the rest of the world, look, we want to be independent. Get Big Donald on side and saying, come on, get your crowd that arranged Brexit and say, can you now arrange Skexit? Because we want clear of all this mire, and just go for that.
I think the thing that I'd say with that is, I think we really came to the end game, because with the SNP now, whether it's a council election, the Scottish election, or a general election, we've heard a vote for us is a vote for independence. People are getting sick hearing that, because we're no further forward than where we were 20.
Exactly. We were very, very close with Mr. Salmond. And Mr. Salmond was actually very highly respected.
One of the best politicians, I think, that ever has been. An absolute outstanding, very strategic, meticulous politician. And it's one of my biggest regrets that I never actually got to meet him. He was about a metre in front of me in one of the marches.
Wow.
And I didn't want to interrupt him.
Well, I used to see him. I used to see him all the time. He would come into the radio station. And I can remember we had a song on or something. And I flicked the little talk back switch and I said, "Morning, Mr. Salmond." And he said, disembodied voice belonging to a McClue, I think. You see, and then one of our reporters had gone out to interview him. And I said, "Give him my regards." You probably have heard this story. And the person that was Rottweilering for him said, "What questions have you got for the First Minister?" And he said, "I want to ask him about this, that, and the next thing." He said, "And I want to pass on regards from Scottie McClue, who's one of our senior execs." And said, "Oh, well, he won't be interested in that." Right? So anyway, good on the reporter. He asked all his questions, got his answers, got it recorded, and said, "Scottie McClue sends his regards, Mr. Salmond." And he said, "Oh, give my regards to the big man. Oh, and hang on, give him this," and handed his personal number to the reporter.
Wow.
Who brought it back to me.
Yeah.
Now, what does that tell you? If anybody ever doubts Scottie McClue, what does that tell you? Do you know?
Yeah. You've got the First Minister at the time, absolutely. Wow.
And I think probably the assistant would have said afterwards, "I told you not to ask him that." I said, "Come away and chase yourself."
Definitely, he was a brilliant politician. Not everybody's cup of tea, but I think that's the case with any politician.
Well, you're never going to please all the people all the time, Kareem. But I have to say we haven't actually been helped with the recent goings-on at the top of the SNP, you know what I mean? But we need somebody standing up and going, "I am going to meet President Trump, and I'm going to ask him if he'll back us worldwide here."
Yeah. Well, Scottie, I'm for it all. I just don't see it happening anytime soon.
No.
I just think I can't see it happening anytime soon. I don't see the SNP can say it, and I support them, as you know. I just don't see them putting that push like Salmond done. And then it'll be just the next election coming up, and it'll be the same mantra: vote for us, vote for them.
Well, Salmond was just different.
You can say that. The people will get fed up.
Well, yeah, they'll get fed up, and the next thing, the only thing, Kareem, if you look at the situation, Scottish Labour have now been in the political wilderness for 12 years, and there's no chance of them getting out of there soon. Now, they could have been in power if they'd backed independence. Now, we've had two people this week. We've had a senior member of the Labour Party saying they're not having it, meaning our referendum. And also they've asked Andy Burnham, and he's said no. Now, it's not actually their decision to make if you're looking at a 50-50 union.
Yeah.
You see? So, but the second that they open their mouth and say that, oh, and another one, another guy that's running another party who's committed a couple of gaffes this week, no names, no pack drill, but a couple of major gaffes, and he also has said they're not having it. So he's out. So I don't think these people who call themselves politicians are particularly politically astute, because what they're doing is absolutely losing it, and they don't care. They'll admit, oh, I don't care what these Scottish people think. They're very, very, very foolish to think that, because they immediately lose massive support. You know?
Well, I think you've heard, well, the argument is Scotland is a colony.
Yeah.
And when you look at the colonisers and their mindset and thinking, all resources are getting used up and depleted. They want to put nuclear power stations in Scotland for England's usage. You know, when is Scotland actually going to stand up and actually say, well, do you know what, enough is enough? When is this going to occur? And, you know, like typical Scots people, we're very headstrong. We always seem to learn when the damage is done, and when our resources are used up or when something happens, that's when we tend to hear a roar from the Scots.
Yeah, the lion needs to roar again. Kareem, lovely hearing you as always.
Thank you, Scottie. Have a great weekend.
And you, sir, God bless you. Love to the dogs and to wee Sky. Bye. That's our Kareem. What a lovely call. Very, very interesting. Whether you're interested in Scottish independence or not, you've got to look at the big picture.